Good morning, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and Christmas is about 6 months away. So, in today's video, I am going to be reviewing this book called A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. This is the first book in this trilogy. I've read every single book in this trilogy. I've even reviewed some of Haig's books on my channel. I mean, honestly, I do miss Christmas quite a lot, which is why I will probably be reading The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore within the next couple of days. What I find interesting about these books is that they all have a playlist towards the start, and you can listen to all the songs while you're reading, although that isn't something that I usually do, but solid idea. I found this to be quite an original concept. But anyway, the book by Matt Haig, A Boy Called Christmas, consists of about 280 pages, and I rated it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. And never would I have thought that a book about how Father Christmas came to be would be so depressing. Honestly, the first 200 pages were filled with dread, if I'm being honest, and I read it during a time in my life, teaching practice, which was quite challenging. And the fact that this read goes to great lengths to show that something impossible is a possibility you haven't tried hard enough to achieve makes it fantastic. Honestly, it is just what I needed to read to help me get through such a tough time in my life. Especially considering that it's a children's book, it has such a powerful message. And yeah, it is a very lovely one as well. So yeah, Nicholas, bit of a spoiler here, but you probably know the story of Father Christmas by now. So Nicholas lost both his parents, lost his mouse, was abused by his aunt, was rejected by everyone, and even spent some time in jail. So yeah, pretty much he suffered more than Thor in the movies. So regardless, he never lost his hope and always believed that giving would bring joy to everyone. And doing the right thing is what it's always been about, and why Christmas is such a lovely time of year. Honestly, it all revolves around morality and how to treat others the way you would love to be treated yourself. That was a lovely concept too. So I'd be lying if I said that I don't miss that special time of the year already. I know it is still the beginning of June and we have all the summer months ahead of us, but personally, I am more of a fan of the winter months than the summer ones. And what made this trilogy an interesting read for me was how I read it in reverse order, so I didn't know anything about Nicholas's origin story whilst reading the third volume, and had no clue that Amelia would be brought up in this one. In fact, I first read Father Christmas and Me, then I read The Girl Who Saved Christmas, and then I went on to read this one, A Boy Called Christmas. And I can't say that I'm disappointed by having read them in that order. So, yeah, considering that I do not form part of the target audience, this was overall a very fun read. And having said this, Santa grew up extremely quickly in this one with multiple massive time jumps. And he did manage to find his purpose as well, however, which means that he'll grow older no more. There is something which happens um, where he resides, where once you find your purpose in life, you don't age any longer, you remain the same age for the rest of time, basically. So, yeah, magic is a truly lovely thing, I suppose. And Santa is a troll murderer despite all his good intentions, and this has to be kept in mind. I mean, he did kill a troll who was trying to kill him, to be fair. In fact, the troll was trying to consume Santa when he was much younger. So then there is also the antagonist of the story called Father Vodol. He does horrible things later on in the trilogy as well. He's a horrible creature and should never have been trusted with anything to begin with. He hates all forms of people being cheerful, I suppose, which completely goes against the whole concept of Christmas. So the skepticism is rather fair, considering that Nicholas's father and some friends of his kidnapped an innocent creature in order for the king to give them loads of money. So the skepticism, which is derived from the creatures, in the place where they stay. Lapland, I suppose one could refer to it as the land of magic. It's completely justified in my opinion, and it's fantastic how in the end doing the right thing always seems to be rewarded. It's a lovely message to spread to a target audience consisting of mainly children, and this was even made into a movie. In fact, the volume I have does not match with the other books in my trilogy. This one is the movie cover, which isn't something that I would have bought, but I was looking forward to concluding the trilogy. So I would not particularly or necessarily consider this to be a Christmas story, but it is interesting regardless, and it did not allow for me to experience that happy tingling sensation one feels when Christmas is right around the corner. Perhaps this one will help me experience that much better. I'm not quite sure yet, but Laurie Gilmore does have quite a good writing style as well. So, in all fairness, neither did the rest of the trilogy. It feels to be about less than Christmas and more about treating others fairly, treating others right, despite the time of year. Christmas just seems to be a happy coincidence, I suppose. And from what I've read by this author, I do consider Matt Haig to be quite mid. Um, but his creativity and the way in which he plays around with words and phrases is fun to experience, and something which I often do when I'm messaging my friends or when I'm bantering with other people, that sort of thing. I mean, using language and words to your advantage to be funny, I suppose that is quite a gift in and of itself. But that is all I had to say about A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I just want to quickly mention the illustrations as well. There are some very good ones in here. Um, so yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, very, very soon. Bye, guys.